Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 and another part of our Aston Martin Road to Glory career mode. Today, we have got the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. We've got another upgrade coming for this race. We have got a brand new front wing. And this, of course, after yesterday's episode of being or today is I guess the first one of one video per day, so I really do hope that that's all right. It's not going to change either way, but thank you for the incredible support on all of the videos so far in the series. It has been unbelievable, so thank you for that. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button for daily F1 Manager content, and we are fast approaching the end of season 1 of this save. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. We have got a new regulations vote as well. There's lots of stuff happening over the next couple of weeks, so that's what we're going to look at today. Let's have a little look at car parts development. Yeah, we're not quite there yet with that. Is our design centre anywhere near? Another 30 days for that, so we'll get our extra slot, of course, when that comes about. But yeah, last time out in Belgium, it wasn't the best Grand Prix for us. Vettel did finish 11th, not too far behind Lewis Hamilton, but of course had that mistake towards the end, and that cost him a chance at points. Nico Hulkenberg finished 15th. He was running in the points earlier in the race, but again, a couple of mistakes ruined his race, and that's where we're at the moment, and hopefully we'll be able to turn it around. But let's have a little look. So we have had our 2S Centre refurbishment completed. We have had the chassis manufactured, the rear wing manufactured as well. There's the post-race overview if you want to familiarise yourself with what happened last time out. Max Verstappen is virtually going to be world champion. He's 57 points ahead of Carlos Sainz, who is also 3 points ahead of Charles Leclerc. I'm really intrigued at how close the Ferrari drivers were. I mean, that's what I was expecting at the start of the season as well. And I actually do think by the end of the season, Carlos Sainz will probably be ahead of Charles Leclerc. I just think he's a little bit more consistent. But anyway, let's have a little look at our drivers. Any development points? It doesn't look like it. What about scouting? Staff-wise? Nope, nothing there. So yeah, very, very happy. Of course, in the last episode, we signed up Martin Werner, so that should hopefully help our upgrades be a little bit smoother. So let's continue on and see where we're at. So we've got our design complete for the front wing. We are going to get that made up straight away. So let's head into the warehouse front wing, and this is our new one. And you can see how much of a step up this is going to be actually. If we go on to E, you can see definitely becoming much more of a midfield team now. So we are going to bring 2 of the... it's a front wing, so I'm actually going to make 4. I know this is going to cost a lot of money, but because it's a front wing and because of going into Grand Prix without a full quota of front wings in the past, we're going to go for the new one, and yeah, very, very happy with that. So that means now we have another slot open. I think that's going to be realistically our last development of the year, because we are coming towards the end of the season, so I think we're probably better suited looking at next year and what we can do next year with our car. So what I am going to do is have a look at the rear wing. We're going to try and research that, but we'll have to wait 3 days for that to be a thing. So that's fine. We'll just have to wait on that one. Performance targets. Let's guarantee that we're going to get through to Q2 and the qualifying position of 15th. Our target is Q3, so I'm assuming our car is actually getting good enough to do that. We are going to go for a finish position of 15th, 4 races in a row, and that'll give us a decent amount of money. So things are looking good right now. We're on the up. Yeah, very, very happy. So, race preview. Red Bull are leading by 41 points in the Constructors. Max Verstappen 57 points ahead, as we said. They do have high confidence in us. There's the financial report for August, and there's our monthly car development sort of program. And you can see, you know, in certain areas of the car, we are doing very, very well. So I am happy about that. Race prep, we will look at that in a second, and this design is complete, which we already know. So let's have a little look at the circuit info for the Dutch Grand Prix. What we're looking at for strategies, again, it's looking like a medium hard race, perhaps a soft hard. Let's have a little look at the compound performance. We're expecting the mediums to actually be the fastest tyre on average. The soft tyres are going to be good, certainly better than the hard. So I think maybe we want a combination of softs and mediums, maybe medium, soft, or something similar. But I guess it really depends on where we are on the grid. And to be honest with you, I am tempted to have a look at our engines, and you know, I mean, none of them are particularly good, are they? So, I mean, can we... I was going to say, can we improve it slightly? I mean, Nico Hulkenberg's engines are alright, but I think Sebastian Vettel, we are going to go for a new engine for Sebastian Vettel, and we're going to try and take advantage of the upgrade. So let's go ERS as well. We might as well take everything if we're going to do it. Gearbox as well. So that's going to cost us £3 million. So Vettel will be starting from the back of the grid in this race. Yeah, we don't want both cars starting at the back of the grid particularly. So we'll go for that one on Hulkenberg's car. I think both of these are pretty similar, 51%. Gearbox wise, yeah, that is going to be the best, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so Nico Hulkenberg should be all right. Everything else, Sebastian Vettel, we'll need to start from the back of the grid. Just checking that we've got everything we possibly can on the cars. Yeah, I think so. Let's have a little look. Car 2 ever so slightly worse than car 1 for some reason or other. No real idea why that is. It should be equal 9th in theory. Everything on Vettel's car is the same as Sebastian. So right, let's push on then to the race weekend and see how we get on in this weekend's Dutch Grand Prix. It's going to be an exciting one.
It's another historic weekend of Formula One here at Zandvoort. The track has seen many unforgettable moments, like Gilles Villeneuve's three-wheeled lap at the 1979 Dutch Grand Prix, which cost him victory. What excitement lies ahead this year? There's never a dull moment at Circuit Zandvoort. It's fast, very fast, with long straights and wide curves. But it also features 2 heavy banked corners, where aerodynamic improvements are sure to help our drivers. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. The weekend begins here.
Okay, brilliant. It looks like qualifying is going to be heavy rain, which is certainly interesting. But I'll go ahead and play FP1 as usual, and we'll see you guys for qualifying, and we'll have a roundup of all of the data.
Welcome back to what is proving to be an exciting weekend of Formula One action. with practice having finished and qualifying set to follow. For those teams hoping to pick up points in tomorrow's race, qualifying is a great opportunity to get ahead of the competition. Whether a driver normally finds themselves as a front runner or a back marker, any advantage they can gain here today is sure to give them an edge. So here we are, ready to resume.
Here we go then for qualifying. You can see Sebastian Vettel P10 in practice 3. Nico Hulkenberg, meanwhile, P17. But he did have a good first practice, Nico, and actually he's on 100% setup confidence, which I've never managed before. So that was really, really awesome. Vettel on 91%. That's pretty good as well. Track acclimatization wise, both of them doing all right. I mean, Hulkenberg's got a 15 out of 15 performance bonus. That is surely got to help him. What about practice 2 then? 14th and 17th. As you can see, practice 1, Hulkenberg was 15th and Drugovic was down in 18th. I have been putting in Drugovic in every Grand Prix. Now, Vettel will be starting at the back of the field, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't try and do some qualifying. The only thing might be that it stops Hulkenberg getting through, but we will see. I think we should have enough pace either which way, no matter who we go for in qualifying, but we'll see.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, it's green now.
There are lots of penalties this weekend, so we are going to send Vettel out and try and give Hulkenberg a bit of a tow in this first run. Try and get Hulkenberg through. That's the plan anyway. Because I think Vettel should have the pace. But if Hulkenberg can have a nice tow, and we can keep an eye on him. So let's run on board with Nico Hulkenberg, actually. And see how he gets on. Have the 2 timing screens up. And we'll see where Hulkenberg manages to get to compared to Vettel. Doesn't seem to be absolutely pushing at his maximum in this first sector. Sebastian Vettel will come through that first sector line, and he gets a 24.5. Hulkenberg a 24.4. There you go. There you go. But we've now got potential traffic here. I hope this Alpha does get out of the way. Did have to lift slightly. Let's see, Vettel's sector 2 time at 24 flat, 24.3 for Hulkenberg. So we might actually cancel the car coming in and just keep going for it. Vettel coming round up to the line. It's a 110.1, which puts him quickest for now. Hulkenberg comes through. He goes P3. And actually we won't cancel the pit in because it's already slowing down, but Hulkenberg did look a little bit faster than Vettel, certainly through the first sector, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It might well be that it's worth going out there again while there's no traffic. Might do the same with Seb. Just while there's no traffic out there. Oh, Ocon's come out now. So I think it's going to be the same for Hulkenberg. Yeah. What about Vettel? Yeah, he managed to improve a bit. So let's get some new tyres on Hulkenberg's car. Same for Vettel. Oh, I'm fairly confident Vettel will get through on that. I'm fairly confident Vettel will succeed. It's only 3/10 behind the Mercedes cars. He's actually pretty much best of the rest. Ahead of both Haas cars. Yeah, I'm going to risk it with Vettel. Going to risk it with him. Which might be a bad idea. Mind you, Ricciardo has gone quicker. I'm just thinking about tyres for tomorrow. Let's just put a new set on. Let's see. Yeah. So here they come. Into the pit lane. Well, currently P9. Are people heading out yet? Not just yet. I think the track rubber is going up, and I think that's what's helping people. So people starting to go out now. Ah, no. For some reason it won't. Send out Hulkenberg. I panicked. I can't send Vettel out. I don't know why. What's wrong with his car? There we go. I don't think he's going to get out there in time, so I don't think there's any point sending him out now. So Vettel's going to sit on his 9th place and hope for the very, very best. Hulkenberg, meanwhile, in the middle of the action. Might be able to do something. What would be really cheeky is sending Vettel out to disrupt laps, but then he might disrupt Hulkenberg as well. So no, we'll leave Vettel. Hulkenberg is our sort of lone ranger today, so we gotta hope that he can produce the goods here. Keep an eye on sector times. We know Hulkenberg should improve. Oops. At the very least. So here we go. Nico Hulkenberg on to his final flying lap here. Just gotta hope there's no yellow flags, nothing like that. Norris, Gasly and Ocon improving in the first sector. Bottas, we need to keep an eye on him as well. Albon doesn't improve. Latifi does. What about Zhou Guanyu? Is he going to improve in the first sector? I think Zhou might be just behind us. Here comes Hulkenberg. Only yellow in the first sector, but his first sector was quicker than Vettel's, so that's what we have to remember. He comes through towards the end of the middle sector now. Keeps it nice and tight. That was a very good corner there. Now, hit the apex round here. That's not bad. Get on the power. DRS enabled. And then you have to think, how do you do through the middle sector? Green through the middle sector. As Norris has gone through, he's not quicker than Vettel. Vettel down to 13th now. It's only really Zhou and Magnussen, I think. Maybe Mick Schumacher that can improve. Here comes Hulkenberg. Can he get past Lando Norris? That's going to be the big question. He comes up to the line. And he only goes 16th. That is a big disappointment for Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg should have done better than that. How far off was he? Well, 2/10 to be fair. That's not good enough from Nico. But again, it is his braking statistic that, unfortunately, is the issue. I mean, had Sebastian Vettel not been in qualifying, I suppose Hulkenberg would have been 16th, but wouldn't have been enough. And rain is coming at some point. So yeah, Vettel, we're going to go out on the soft tyres. Use soft tyres, sorry.
Radio check. Radio check.
See what he can do.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Vettel probably does have a little bit more in the tank. We didn't put him through for his final run. Yeah, there's not a lot of point in wasting the tyres for Seb. But then it would be nice to finish ahead of some of the people that are getting penalties. So here comes Sebastian Vettel through now. What's it going to be? It's a 1:10.0, which is a fair bit slower than what he produced in Q1. So we'll give him one run towards the end of the session. And we'll call it quits, essentially. We might just go out now. Let's get it over with. Let's not involve ourselves in the final battle. As long as he can get round before they start coming out, which he should do. So here we go. Let's run on board with Sebastian Vettel. This is going to be his last lap of qualifying, no matter what. Let's see where this car is. Because realistically, I think it should be fighting to get into Q3 now. I'm really intrigued to see if we can get comfortably through to Q3. It's a good first sector, 24.3. See what he's like through this middle sector. Definitely a little bit more aggressive than Nico Hulkenberg was on the previous lap. Gets on the power nice and early. Rain could be coming. Through the middle sector, green again. And here we come then. We're going to be coming around this final bend. Sebastian Vettel comes up to the line. Can he get into the mid 109s? Here he comes. Yes, he can. Very good time. But only P11. A 109.8. And doesn't get ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, interestingly enough. Does he have enough fuel? We don't know. We don't know. But I think that is where we'll leave it for this qualifying. Probably 15th with Vettel. Once all is said and done.
Okay, and all the way to zero. All the way to zero. Car off.
Let's see. So, yeah, there you go. All of them through. And I think it was 13th in the end for Sebastian Vettel. So, not too bad. And only a couple of tenths off getting through to Q3. But you feel like could have maybe done better. Daniel Ricciardo does have a penalty, so we won't be starting ahead of him. But let's get into the race. Here we go.
The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid. Now, it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. Haas met their potential in qualifying, and they'll be expected to make a good start from the grid. Let's see if they can make it work for them. and the sky is looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
So it's time for some fighting between the sand dunes, here at the Dutch Grand Prix.
Alright then, I think we are ready and raring to go for race day. Obviously there was no rain yesterday, which is interesting. But let's have a little look at strategy. So Vettel could go a medium then hard. Let's say mediums were significantly quicker than the hards this weekend. And the softs just don't seem to be lasting, which is the issue. I mean, with Vettel, we could potentially start on hards and then go medium. Something like that. Get them a bit further into the Grand Prix. And then try and attack towards the end. Yeah. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's what we do with Vettel. Try and play the strategy game. Give him a little bit of extra fuel just to allow him to push hard on it. We'll see attack at the start. We'll go overtake. And then Nico Hulkenberg. Soft, medium, soft. What's that looking like in terms of the strategy? It's just not... What if we were to attack? Let's see. I mean, apparently that is going to be the fastest way to do it. My temptation is to go that. So that we have the option of switching to the hards if we're well up there with Nico. Let's do that. Let's make sure we choose the correct compound. There we go. So they've both got a little bit of extra fuel on board, and they've both got license to absolutely go for it near the start of the Grand Prix. Vettel, of course, will be... let's just make sure we change our strategy to let them know that we are going to be attacking from the start. We'll just say it's an aggressive first stint, and we know we have to do a little bit of tyre saving. Okay. That's fine. Right, let's see who comes out on top in this year's Dutch Grand Prix.
It's a somewhat overcast day for the drivers, who've now taken position on the grid. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And for the second driver, it's Sebastian Vettel. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. The teams are ready to go.
So where is Hulkenberg starting? I think it said 15th,
Here we go.
didn't it?
It's the Dutch Grand Prix.
And here we go. Ready for the lights. With Max Verstappen on pole position, it's lights out.
And away we go.
Away we go then. And who can get off to the best start? Vettel already up to 19th. A little lock up from Daniel Ricciardo, and there's a huge crash at turn 1. And Vettel has been caught up in it. He's caught in the gravel. Can he get going again here? Well, no safety car, believe it or not. But Daniel Ricciardo, he locked up. He gets the penalty, but very annoyingly, we are right at the back of the grid here. Just double checking all of our stuff. That seems okay.
That's it.
But yeah, I think we are going to have to head back down to standard now.
Get back off.
Okay, copy.
But yeah, absolutely gutting for Sebastian Vettel.
Good job.
So all our
Aston
hopes
Martin
now
with a
lie
great play there. They've moved up a place.
on Nico Hulkenberg. Is he going to have a little look down the inside? Yes, he is.
Come on.
Good stuff. Put that on neutral as well.
Nicely done.
So that'll now pass Daniel Ricciardo, I think, is he? No, not just yet. Oh, that was
Looks like
Nico.
Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
So yeah, we want Nico on the overtake strat. Yeah, I can't believe that Vettel got caught up in that turn 1 incident. That's just typical, isn't it? But nice to see a turn 1 incident. I don't think we've had one this year. I thought it was definitely gonna bring out the safety car though. Let's see what tyres people have gone for. So again, a bit of a split really between mediums and softs. Vettel, the only one out there on hard tyres, which we do think are going to be significantly slower in this race on average.
DRS is enabled now.
There we go, he is pretty much out of ERS deployment. Can Vettel perhaps make a move on Daniel Ricciardo into turn 1? Still having a look. Not quite happening at present. Yeah, Hulkenberg trying to make a move on Yuki Tsunoda, who's on the soft tyres. It's quite important for our race that we need to get past these guys fairly quickly. I'm going to pop it up into overtake here.
Use overtake.
Yeah.
Ran out of it. Straight away, let's harvest it. I could put us vulnerable to Zhou Guan Yu here. So Vettel and Ricciardo side by side. Didn't quite happen. Let's go on overtake for Vettel, see if he can make the move happen. Can Hulkenberg stay in the 1 second window of the cars in front? Because we'll need that DRS to pull us along. Doesn't look like you can. Well, in the middle sector he has absolutely smashed it, which is good. So DRS now. Harvest through these corners, hopefully. This is good. Well done, Nico. Now Vettel, can you make the move on Daniel Ricciardo? Here we go. This should be the moment. Did have to back out of it though, and Ricciardo's there on the inside. Vettel going around the outside. Can't make it happen just yet. Yeah, I'm gonna look up the hill. Would be a risky move for Seb. I think we need to attack. Oops. On this next straight to try and get past him. Here we go. Having a look. Can he go down the inside? Not yet. Definitely struggling here. Hulkenberg trying to stay in that DRS. That's
Need a charge
okay.
Copy.
Yeah, Vettel just cannot get past Danny Rick.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Come on. Come on. No, not happening. So, I'm going to go balance now.
Drop back a bit.
Copy that.
Hulkenberg, meanwhile, will move back on neutral. We're balanced on the fuel.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Go with
It's
that.
apparently 6 laps down and Vettel is 8 laps up. That's just not happening. That's not true. Something's wrong with the fuel gauge there. Now then. DRS enabled. Couldn't quite make the move there though. Would be nice to get past Ocon. Ocon seems to be struggling a little bit on those medium tyres. So here we go. Let's try and push it.
Use overtake.
Okay.
Again, no luck there though. So I think
Save fuel.
Yeah.
perhaps let's zoom it forward slightly. Hope later in the stint that Hulkenberg can have a chance. So that will doing good on the ERS front. Has dropped out of the 1 second window to Ricciardo though, because he has been charging up. Now, Hulkenberg still trapped behind this group with Ocon. And what we could do with is a nice safety car to just zhuzh things up a little bit. But not immediately. I think a little bit later in the Grand Prix. Now, do we tell Hulkenberg to harvest a bit? Try and get that up to a full charge and then give it a full send when the time comes. Very difficult to make the call, isn't it? Go standard as well and then neutral. Because we are just in this group. Perhaps one stopping is going to be the way to do it here. For Hulkenberg. Let's just have a look at people's tyres.
Aston Martin with a great
And
play
Vettel has
there.
overtaken
They've moved up a
Albon
place.
now. Still behind Danny Rick. Let's deploy a bit of that ERS and try and close that gap. Once he gets back into the 1 second window, we'll be straight back neutral. And that's exactly what he's done. So let's hop on board with him. Might be able to make the move now.
You can stop lift and coast.
Copy.
DRS enabled. Not quite this lap.
Okay, so just lift and coast.
Copy.
Follow again this lap. And as I say, Hulkenberg's just in this group, and I think maybe switching the strategy to a one-stop, that's going to be how we get the best gains. Now, let's have a little look at this. Yeah, just trying to save those tyres as long as we can, and then switching onto the hards. Can Hulkenberg make a move here?
Do everything you can, mate.
Yep.
It's just a classic DRS train, isn't it? Classic DRS train.
Looks like Aston Martin
And Vettel has
just gained the
overtaken
race position.
Daniel Ricciardo. Here comes Ricciardo back at us. Not gonna happen though. So let's try and push on a little
Can
bit.
use energy.
See if he can get more than a second ahead of Danny Rick.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
Let's keep an eye out behind, and you can see we are gradually building that gap to Daniel. There we go. Pushing on now. And Daniel Ricciardo, I believe, is on the soft tyres. Yeah, so... Oh, wow, he's on 23% soft tyres, so... That should really be pulling away more than this.
We have low batteries.
Let's harvest again.
Yeah.
Comes through. Should be his quickest lap at 14.4. And that's quite sad, because that's better than Ocon and Co. Alright, let's go back to interval. What's
So
Hulkenberg
Sebastian, we
doing?
are all okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
That's the standard as well. Ricciardo's surely going to be coming into the pits shortly. And Vettel seemingly catching up to Lando Norris. I don't know who's
Sounds like
locked up.
someone's
It's
locked up.
Pierre Gasly.
Single yellow.
Yeah, okay.
Hulkenberg's still in this battle. Let's have a little look at the tyres. So, Ocon and Magnussen in the 70s. So, it would be good if Hulkenberg can try and go after his tyres a bit and get it more to that level. But now, we're going to have Pierre Gasly in this battle as well. Vettel down in 17th currently. And we've got Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, Vettel! Oh, that's a huge crash. That is a huge crash. That is going to be a safety car. Wow. We were on board for that. That was awful.
There's been contact. and
That was
several
an
cars
awful
involved.
crash.
Let's see what happened there. Now look at
So
this.
we had
Daniel
Ricciardo on the
Ricciardo
right-hand
involved.
side. Then Vettel down the inside. That is a huge incident. Both cars
Goodness
are going to be
me,
out of the
that is a
race.
serious collision.
And that's where you hope Vettel's alright. Well, safety car. And we're actually going to come into the pits with Hulkenberg and we're going to put on the hard tyres. Try and take advantage of this. Vettel got a penalty. I mean, there's no doubt about that he was at fault for that collision.
Sebastian, we need to retire the car.
Copy.
So, are people coming into the pits? Doesn't seem like it. So Hulkenberg is going to come in. As I say, we're going to put on the hard tyres. And we're going to try and take them to the end of the Grand Prix. That was a huge crash. It really was. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, that was interesting. That was definitely interesting. Now I'm hoping the safety car definitely does bunch us all together.
Energy's good. Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. Should come round and join up. Now let's. Oh, for goodness
Safety car
sake!
will be in this lap.
Copy that.
Well, this is just a disaster.
Push.
Yeah, copy that.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Make sure we get a good restart.
Copy.
We might just about catch up to the pack here. Yep, here we go. So green flag conditions.
Use overtake.
Yeah.
Let's try and get past these guys. Go, go, go! Go! What's he doing? So past Norris. Oh, it's Latifi. Is it Latifi? Yep, it's the traffic that was in the way there.
Good job.
Hulkenberg now. Pushing hard.
Aston Martin with a great play
He's
there.
generally
They've
gonna
moved
have
up
to-
a place.
Try and look after his tyres. To make them last all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. But yeah, I'm surprised nobody else came in there. I mean, it probably says a lot that these tyres aren't going to last 50 laps, but yeah, I mean, let's just have a quick check behind us. Yeah, that's Norris. So, yeah, here we go then. I mean, last lap a 16.6. So, decent. But yeah, I mean, I'm still almost in just a little bit of shock about the incident with Vettel. We might as well get my ugly mug on the screen over Vettel's car, but I mean that was a serious incident, and we watched it live as well. But Vettel very much out of this Grand Prix. Obviously started with a brand new engine as well, so it's not been a smooth weekend for him. But yeah, here goes Hulkenberg again. Possibly going to have a look at the Haas car. I'll head that back down to neutral. Still going to push on the fuel. So we have had that safety car period, so let's head that back to
DRS
interval now.
enabled.
So can Nico Hulkenberg grab some good points today? And that's the thing, surely the likes of Ocon, they're not going to be pitting for quite some time, so if we can stay with that group, stay with their tyre wear, that'd be very, very nice. Might just go light on these to try and look after them. Let's see if he can get past Mick Schumacher. Schumacher. I mean, at the front of this queue is Ocon, I think. Oh no, it's actually Kevin Magnussen in P10. Ocon has just joined up with the train ahead. Oh, a driver locked up there. I don't know who it was. And there is bodywork flying, and it is safety car. Safety car.
Stay pump. No DRS.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
And that was
Here's the
Kevin
replay.
Magnussen
Now
by the
just
looks of it.
focus on the Haas.
So we've got, I believe that's Yuki Tsunoda on the right-hand side, and it was Kevin Magnussen, and he's out of the Grand Prix. Well, well, well.
And that was a bitter blow for the team.
That is absolutely
And it may have
huge.
really hurt
And
their overall chances.
Well, it will be interesting to see. Is the likes of Ocon going to come in? I don't know. I don't know. If they do, it could ruin our race or ruin our plan. But we can conserve these tyres for a few laps, which is good. Right, let's see. Are people going to peel off into the pits? Let's have a look at Verstappen. So Verstappen's going to be the first one through. So some people are coming in. Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, they're in. Alonso's in. Bottas is in. Hamilton's in. Ocon stays out. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. So some people have come in. Some people very much haven't. What tyres are they going on to? Presumably hard. But if we're going to struggle to get the end of the race on our hard tyres, then surely they are. But yeah, is Max Verstappen going to get out into the lead? I'm not sure he is. This could be a very interesting strategy call. We've still got Hamilton and Sainz. They've just come out of the pit lane. This is going to allow Daniel Ricciardo to catch back up on his medium tyres. Ocon, Zhou, Gasly, and then Hulkenberg P5 as it stands. And all those guys are going to come into the pits. So obviously looking after our tyres. That's fine. Fuel is good. So the energy is good as well. Now, let's keep an eye on the front. Are they going to come in? Or are they going to risk staying out? I'd love them to stay out, because then they will have to come into the pits eventually. Yep, they are staying out. So, Max Verstappen leading the race. Ocon is second. Zhou Guanyu is third. Gasly fourth. Hulkenberg is up in fifth on fairly fresh hard tyres. We've then got Norris in sixth. Perez seventh. Albon 8th, Russell 9th with Charles Leclerc in 10th, Alonso 11th, Tsunoda 12th, Bottas 13th, Schumacher 14th, Hamilton is currently in 15th, then Sainz, then Ricciardo, and then Latifi. But yeah, Sainz is just about to join up with the group as well as Hamilton. I'm not sure Ricciardo will make it, because surely it's going to be safety car in this lap. You would imagine.
Okay, energy's good.
Yep.
So let's see. Yep. Ah!
You can't be in this lap.
Yep.
So we're gonna push
Come on.
Gotta be.
straight away here as
When
we get
restart overtake,
underway.
from the control line.
Yeah, gotta be.
And here we go. Green flag conditions. Let's go. Let's go. Can Nico Hulkenberg perhaps go down the inside here? No, he's not going for it. Somebody's locked up. I think somebody's crashed. I felt like I heard a big smash at the back there.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, multiple cars crashed. Is it another safety car? I don't know.
Who's that just crashed? We can take
Let's
a
see.
look now.
Let's
now
see.
Just focus on the Haas.
So it was the other Haas of Mick Schumacher. Yeah, he locked up, yeah, and then did
There's the
crash
hit,
into,
and it's crystal clear
I
who
assume,
was in the wrong
Bottas.
there.
But no safety car this time. Right, let's go standard. We'll keep pushing on the
take it
fuel.
easy.
We'll go
Okay.
neutral until DRS is enabled. I mean, this is very, very interesting because the top four, they're going to come in at some point. You would imagine Verstappen will probably have the pace to get a pit stop ahead, but the others won't. And then it's whether we can get to the end of the race on these tyres. But the other guys are going to be in that predicament as well. Yeah, we need to desperately try and stay within 1 second of Pierre Gasly. That's what we really need to try and focus on. And stay in this DRS train. Mick Schumacher in the pits as well as Bottas. Oh, what an intense Grand Prix we've had so far. It's been ridiculous, really. So let's zoom it on. Try and stay in that 1 second window, as I say.
DRS enabled.
Well, let's enable this lap. Perez is surely going to have a look at us. But this is a huge opportunity to get a big stack of points. And to be fair, Nico Hulkenberg has raced very, very well today. So he does deserve it. And Ocon, you can see he has pushed forward ahead of Zhou Guan Yu. Still pushing hard on fuel. I feel like we probably should have saved enough. Okay, DRS gets us a little bit closer. We've got Gasly side by side with Zhou Guan Yu now. We're going to go into overtake mode
Use overtake.
Yep.
to see if we can take advantage of this, because it would be nice to get ahead of this little group. There you go, we are closing in very, very nicely, and them two are into the pits, as is Max Verstappen. So, we now assume second place in this Grand Prix. I did think Verstappen might push it a little bit further. He didn't, though. Now, Nico Hulkenberg, 1.8 behind Esteban Ocon. Ocon's going to come into the pits this lap. Now, Alonso did come into the pits. Yeah. It's all going to be about how well Nico Hulkenberg can defend his position. Because he is going to be leading this Grand Prix very, very shortly, because Ocon is surely going to come in this lap. Let's go to the outboard shot. We'll get a first look at whether Ocon is going to be coming in this lap. So you can see Hulkenberg behind. I mean, Perez is surely going to get him. DRS is going to be the issue, really, but straight line speed isn't bad on our behalf. Ocon's in. So, Nico Hulkenberg is going to be in the lead of this Grand Prix. It might not be for long because Perez is there, but he doesn't pass, and Hulkenberg does lead this Dutch Grand Prix. What can he do? On lap 32 of this Grand Prix, can he hold on 40 laps and win? I don't think so, because Perez is having a little look down the inside. Perez is there. There could be contact. No, doesn't happen, but Perez is through. So definitely not going to win. But I think staying in the DRS train is going to help him. So DRS for Hulkenberg here. As Charles Leclerc is having a little look now. Yeah, we just got to be sensible. We got to pick our battles here. Stay in the DRS of Perez for now. But Charles Leclerc surely going to make the move. Not quite. Let's see how we get on in the first sector here. And that's the thing I'm expecting in a way. Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton. Oh, it's George Russell actually. I'm expecting them two to be very quickly past us. And then it's whether we can stay this distance ahead of Fernando Alonso. We're, you know, fairly similarly paced cars. We're about to drop out of the 1 second window of Perez. There you go. So this could be the moment for Charles Leclerc. There's DRS, and there you go. Charles Leclerc does get past. You don't want to fight them too hard.
Stay cool, man. You're doing a good job.
So still 2.5 ahead of Fernando Alonso.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Here comes George Russell. He's surely going to make a move this time. Although Hulkenberg has got DRS as well. So we should survive one more lap at the very least, unless Russell was to go for it. Ooh. This is intense. Let's have a look at gap to leader. So Ocon 15 seconds behind this battle. Ocon's the one we're fighting, really. I believe every one of them will surely get past us at some point in this Grand Prix. Hulkenberg at about 10% less tyres. Although Ricciardo on mediums, he's not going to make it to the end of the Grand Prix. I'm inclined to say Bottas and Mick Schumacher won't either. But yeah, Hulkenberg doing an okay job in third at the moment. But I think George Russell may well have a little look here. Oh, no. Hulkenberg stays in front. Surely down the main straight. Russell's going to make the move. Here we go. Onto the main straight. Round the banking. Is Russell going to make that move stick? No, Russell's still struggling to get past. Okay. But what's worrying me is that Fernando Alonso is now catching, and he's bringing with him Yuki Tsunoda, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Verstappen not far behind him. It's going to get very, very intense very, very quickly. But the positive is, you know, Perez and Leclerc got past fairly easily, but Russell has had a couple of laps behind now, and he is in a quicker car, not as quick a car as Perez and Leclerc, but Russell hasn't managed to get through just yet. So Hulkenberg defending valiantly. We can see Alonso now nearly within a second himself. So here we go. Hulkenberg, can he hold on this lap? If he can hold on another lap, we might fast forward a little bit. And he has held on again. This is good. Well played. So let's fast forward. And there are yellow flags in Sector 1. Don't know what happened. It looks like a Schumacher lock-up. He's not having a good day, is he? But look at this. It's the Hulkenberg trolley train, everybody. Oh, my word. I mean, this would be an unbelievable performance if he can hang on. Russell having a little look. He knows he's got to He's got to do it, but the fact it's now a DRS train, you know, surely we're not going to drop like a fly through it. Let's see if I keep wanting to call him Rosberg today. Let's see if Russell can get past. He is having a look. So George Russell is through. He's up into third, but we held him back for a few laps. Now Alonso, another step of car down compared
It's
to
a
Russell.
race position gained for Mercedes.
And obviously Tsunoda, Hamilton, Sainz, Verstappen. Ocon is not that far behind either. Oh dear. This could be an absolutely crazy rest of this Grand Prix. We'll keep an eye on whether Fernando Alonso can get past easily here. We are going to have DRS. We are going to have DRS. That's going to help. If we can stay close to Russell, this could very much help us. And again, we are close enough to Russell to maybe even have a go. We've seen our straight line speed is pretty good. Let's see. So Hulkenberg, DRS enabled. That closes him in on George Russell. And then it's whether we can stay with him throughout the lap or whether Russell is now going to push on now that he's survived. This is so intense. So intense. Zoom it forward a little bit. But if we can just about hang on to the coattails of George Russell, that will keep us in fourth for a bit. So here he goes. DRS again. And that does bring us a little bit closer to George Russell. Somebody's gone off. Somebody's gone off. I don't know who that was. Yuki Tsunoda, I think. And he has crashed. We don't want a safety car. We do not want a safety car. Nope. Seems fine. Hulkenberg does have DRS. Alonso has DRS. Can't get through. Well, now Tsunoda's out of it. You're looking at Gasly being our competition for getting into points. And if we look at the gap to leader, Gasly 25 seconds, so he's 19 seconds behind us. And there are 33 laps to go after this one. It is going to be a hell of a fight. It certainly is. Let's have a look at percentages of tyres. So staying consistent with those guys. But they're not going to have very good tyres by the end either. That's what we mustn't forget. Our tyres are going to be poor by the end, but, you know, so are theirs. DRS brings us in nice and close to George Russell. He's just not quite quick enough to get out of our DRS range at the moment. So, flying round onto the pit straight. Oh, this is just so nerve-wracking. I'm just expecting at any time Hulkenberg to have a spin or lock up or crash into Russell, because that's just what he's been doing this season. Lots of mistakes. Zooming forward. And he is staying in that 1 second window. Just. Does he have it? Yep. But you can tell he is getting further behind now. And maybe next lap he won't have DRS. So here he goes again. Also right behind him. And I think he's now going to drop out of that 1 second window. He does. So, now it might be Fernando Alonso's turn to pass him. As we are on lap 41 of 72. There's a long, long way to go in this Grand Prix just yet. Let's see, is Fernando Alonso going to make it past Nico Hulkenberg here? He might be quite aggressive here. No, hasn't had a go just yet. Will, of course, have DRS again down the main straight. Here we go then. Nico Hulkenberg. Still pushing hard. There goes Fernando Alonso. Pulls to the inside, but doesn't have enough run on this lap. And let's zoom it forward. Well, they're definitely struggling to get past us in a straight line. And that is helping us. Multiple cars have crashed. Safety car. What has happened? What has happened?
Safety car.
I mean, there's
Make sure the delta is positive.
there's probably no
DRS.
point in trying to
Sounds like there's been contact. Let's
trying to
take
do
a closer
anything.
look.
What's
Now
happened
let's
here?
look. We're watching Nicholas
Oh, it's the two
Latifi.
Williams cars towards turn one. Oh, that's a huge... Oh, my
no!
word.
And there's the crash.
Both
Mark my
cars
words,
out.
There'll be questions asked about that later.
That is a huge incident.
The team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too
That was
badly.
like Turkey 2010 there. Crikey. So yeah, both Williams cars out now. Now what that does do is bring certain drivers into play. Now, are they coming into the pits? No, nothing from those two. George Russell? Is he gonna have a go? No. So I think we just stay out there. We look after the tyres. We charge up our energy. We waste a few laps. And in theory, we should be in the DRS zone for a little bit. That's George Russell. But, wow. I mean, what an action-packed Grand Prix. Bottas locks up behind the safety car. So, safety car will be in at some point. It might be this lap. It may well be the next lap. Ricciardo hasn't come into the pits. I thought he might take the opportunity. Probably should have took the opportunity if I'm honest. Okay.
Safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah.
Right, shall we try and attack at the start of
They'll
this?
come to us.
Copy.
Use overtake.
Copy.
And see what we can do. If we can overtake George Russell at the start here, there could be a little chance
Make sure we get a good restart.
Copy that.
of staying ahead for longer. So here we go. Keep on the accelerator, George. That's it. Hulkenberg doesn't quite make a move into the first corner. Didn't sound like there was anything behind this time. So let's go standard again on fuel. We're going to go neutral and try and just stick with these guys until DRS o'clock. Oh, it's heart-pounding stuff. Because this would be a huge result. For Nico Hulkenberg to get some points today, that would be awesome. And, you know, he has raced a good one today so far. Don't need to look at tyres anymore. Just going to look at interval. Now, can he stay in that 1 second window to George Russell? Use a little bit of toe here. I Fernando Alonso behind. This could be a chance for him. No, not yet. I'm just trying to be responsible here because it's not really our fight up ahead. Our fight is with the guys behind. And we've already dropped out of the 1 second window to George Russell, so it is going to be a case of fast forwarding and hoping that he can stay ahead. Looks like Bottas has had another lock-up.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Or spin this time. DRS enabled this lap. Hulkenberg at the head of this group. We have got a little bit of ERS to play with. I'm trying to save it up a little bit for later on in the Grand Prix. Much like the tyres. Sainz and Hamilton side by side. This is going to be very, very tight. This could cause an incident, this. Oh, Sainz has held it in there. There's so much grip in this Ferrari. He's still side by side with Hamilton. Is he going to have a little look down the inside here? He is, you know. He is, you know. Carlos Sainz is through. What a move that is. Fernando Alonso with DRS. But doesn't... Oh, somebody's spun. Oh my god, it's Sergio Perez. So Hulkenberg back up to P3. So Perez has crashed. I don't think Perez is out though. But here goes Carlos Sainz. Alonso having a little look. He's going to go down the inside, is he? Oh, that's a good move from Fernando Alonso. He is through.
Stay cool, man. You're doing a good job.
He is through. But now Perez is pretty much down to the back. That's another place for
just advanced.
Hulkenberg. And it's all weather. We're going to have another safety car in this race. Now, do we attack to try and get back past Alonso?
Do everything you can.
Maybe we do.
Copy.
Because Alonso was really struggling before the safety car to get past us. So I don't think there's any value in letting him go. DRS enabled. We've got good straight line speed. This is going to be a chance. Goes down the inside. It's risky. He hasn't got it yet. Oh, I had to back out of it. Oh, how have we lost DRS? That is ridiculous. There's no way we should have lost DRS that quickly after a full recharge.
Doing a good job. Keep pushing.
DRS enabled. Right, back down to standard now. That's ruined the chance, really. But if he can stay within a second throughout this first sector, we'll have another chance in the first DRS zone. And I think he can. I think he can stay within a second of Alonso. So, DRS to close in, and then we'll use overtake on the main straight. Try and get back past. So here we go. DRS enabled. That's closing in nicely. Yeah, back down to 2%, so... No, I'm not going to have any ERS up here either. But DRS enabled, and that keeps us close. Right, let's harvest up the hill. Oh, you gotta micromanage these types of Grand Prix, haven't you? Okay. decent amount of ERS. Don't use it all down here. Just use your DRS to close back in. I think that's okay. I'm going to go neutral here. Let's give him a run on the main straight. So here we go. DRS enabled again. Pulls to the right hand side. That's good. Back down to harvest. There we go. So up to 45% now. So we'll just micromanage a couple of laps here. Sainz is through. Ah, that wasn't part of the script. But we are 1.4 ahead of Hamilton.
Ferrari advance the race position.
Yeah, we can stay on neutral for now because we are going to be within a second of Sainz. So Sainz is going to get past Fernando, you would think. But Alonso's not going to give up that position easily. Right, back into neutral now. Sainz is surely going to get past Alonso here. DRS enabled. Sainz still not through. And them two battling, that's going to bring us surely closer into it. Come on. Come on! Oh, this is ridiculous. He's out of the second window now. And Hamilton right behind us. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be tight for DRS, but I don't think we've got it. As I've said, this isn't our fight particularly. But the problem is this train goes all the way down to Bottas. And we don't want to end up at the back of it. By the end of this race, we got Alonso and Sainz side by side. I think eventually Sainz has got through. But Alonso's still sticking it in there. Oof. And Alonso will be dragged along by the pace of Sainz. So now we've got to zoom it forward and hope we can stay ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Let's keep an eye. Yeah, Hamilton had to back out of that. We've now got Gasly side by side with Verstappen. So is Hamilton going to go? Yes, he is. Hamilton's through. And this is the issue. I just think we're going to be swamped lap after lap.
Mercedes moved up a place.
So Verstappen will be next. At the very least, we are sticking with Lewis. Getting that DRS. 16 laps to go. It's not that long. It's not that long. Dropped out of the 1 second window to Hamilton. That's going to give Verstappen the chance now. Maybe Gasly as well. There goes Max Verstappen. Gasly's having a look. Not quite. So we're down to 7th with Hulkenberg now.
Red Bull gained a place.
Only 45% tyres. These are going to struggle in the last few laps of this race. Gasly's through. Hulkenberg really starting to struggle now. In 8th
Alpha Tauri
place.
gained a place.
Charles Leclerc dominating. Russell 2nd. We've got Perez at the back of this group now. Can Hulkenberg stay with Pierre Gasly? That's what we need to do. We need to stay close, keep within DRS range, and that should protect us from Ocon behind. And eventually we will drop out of it like we did with Hamilton, like we did with Alonso, like we did with Russell. But at the moment, we're staying in it. Just about. 10 laps to go. Come on, stay in it up the hill. That's it. Oh, just about in DRS range. And Ricciardo will obviously surely be coming into the pits as well at some point. Think has Hulkenberg dropped out of the DRS zone now? He certainly has now. Ocon can't get past. And Hulkenberg back into the 1 second window of Gasly. But Ocon through. Ocon through. So we're down to 9th with Hulkenberg now.
That's a good
I feel like
overtake for
only
Alpine.
a late safety car can save us from the inevitable now. It's been a mighty effort. There you go, he's still sticking with Esteban. And I'm trying to keep that ERS deployment for the final few laps. We've got 5 laps to go. Wow. We will hop on board for the final 4 laps. Ricciardo's tyres have fell off a cliff. That is helping us massively. Obviously, Hulkenberg's tyres are tough as well, but look at Ricciardo's 24%. Tsunoda only 24% as well. Bottas 33%. Look at these guys. They're only... Their tyres aren't good. Their tyres aren't good. Right. Here's Ocon. We're actually going to put a little bit of overtake on.
Use overtake.
Copy that.
Close in. Just that little bit.
5 to go.
Now stick with him in this first sector. What we want is interval. We're not far behind Gasly either. Come on, Nico. I think Ricciardo and Tsunoda are going to really help us here. Right. Gonna go on to overtake.
Use overtake.
Try and close in. Get back in that second gap. Come on, have we got DRS? Yes, we have. Use overtake to assist. Getting closer. Now Ocon not getting any closer to Gasly. Overtake on. There we go again. DRS enabled. Let's close right in.
It's 4 to go.
Okay.
4 laps left in this Dutch Grand Prix. Nico Hulkenberg is on the verge of getting his first points of the season. We're so far ahead of Daniel Ricciardo now. I think the last couple of laps we will go for it. So lap 70 of 72. 3 more laps. As Perez is now the car behind us. So Perez 2.8. Ricardo, long way off. I think Hulkenberg's going to get his first points here. Which will be awesome. And, I mean, what a performance. You know, to take these hard tyres all the way to the end wouldn't be a easy feat. We're going to harvest the ERS a little bit so that we can go for 2 flying laps of joy, essentially. So Perez, where is he? He's about a second behind. So we've got 2 laps here.
2 laps to go.
There we go. I think we deploy now.
Use energy.
And we're going to go aggressive as well on the tyres.
We think we can lean on the tyres more.
Copy.
And we're going to try and give it everything to make sure that we stay in the points. Oh. 2 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Ricardo +5 behind Perez. The only thing that could go wrong is getting a puncture. Charles Leclerc starts his last lap. Ricardo and Tsunoda are running those tyres down to 0. It is ridiculous. Charles Leclerc has done a brilliant job. Came into the pits under safety car, as did Sainz, and that's what has messed over Max Verstappen. If Perez hadn't have crashed, maybe he could have been involved in that battle as well. Final lap of the Grand Prix.
This will be last lap.
And Perez doesn't make it past. So we're going to head back down to neutral until we get to the critical DRS point. Perez is right there. What are his tyres like? I mean, his tyres aren't great either. Bottas has made it past Ricardo, but he shouldn't make up the gap to us. 6 seconds the gap. Right then, deploy Hulkenberg. We have got yellow flags in Sector 1. I don't know what's happened in Sector 1. There is a yellow flag though.
Energy if you need it.
Yep.
The competitors won. Charles Leclerc wins. Sainz finishes 2nd. Russell a brilliant 3rd. Alonso 4th. Verstappen 5th. Hamilton 6th. We're going to attack all the way to the line. Here we go. Can we hold off Sergio Perez?
Yeah, copy.
It's going to be close. But we've done it. Absolutely brilliant. Nico Hulkenberg gets his first points of the season. That was the best race of the season so far, in terms of drama, in terms of strategy, in terms of having to bloody hold on for 40 odd laps. We were leading the Grand Prix. That was unbelievable. That was brilliant, and I'm really, really proud of Nico Hulkenberg for going out there, getting those 2 points in the bag, keeping those tyres on until the end. That was brilliant. Well done, Nico. Awesome stuff.
What an incredible outcome for Aston Martin's driver. Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
Not bad at all. The team in the pits will be happy with that.
And as this race weekend comes to a close, the team is 8th in the constructor standings.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting and the teams will be ready and raring to go.
There you go then. Charles Leclerc wins the Dutch Grand Prix with Carlos Sainz in second, Russell third with Alonso fourth. Max Verstappen finishes in P5 ahead of Lewis Hamilton in sixth, Pierre Gasly seventh, Ocon eighth. Hulkenberg finishes a brilliant ninth with Sergio Perez in 10th. Bottas finishes outside of the points ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, who, to be fair, he did a wonderful job on those mediums as well. Didn't quite work out for him. Tsunoda as well on the softs, 13th. Norris 14th. Zhou Guanyu 15th. And Mick Schumacher, a messy day, finishing in 16th position. You can see Nico Hulkenberg by the end doing a 1:13.7, which was 2 seconds off the pace of Charles Leclerc at the top. But in the driver's standings, Verstappen still leads, but now only by 46 points over Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz in third, 4 points behind. Perez in fourth, nearly 100 points behind his teammate. Nico Hulkenberg moves up to 16th ahead of Mick Schumacher and Lando Norris. And only a few positions behind his teammate. We are now in 8th place, 5 points behind Haas. That's a good haul of points for us there. Vettel, obviously a huge crash. Didn't help his weekend. Nico Hulkenberg hopefully will have another development point. We will see as we head out of this Grand Prix. But there you go. 4 million in percentages. In profits, sorry. Not percentages. And there we go. So we've manufactured some side pods, which is nice. And that is pretty much where we'll leave it for this episode. We'll have a little look at Nico. When is his next development point? 296. So he should get one. He should get one fairly soon. Vettel. His contract is expiring. It doesn't say anything. I mean, that was a big crash from Sebastian. Yeah, not a great deal that could have been done there. But yeah, his car is going to be an absolute mess. Let's just have a look at this. I mean, it doesn't actually say it, does it? But yeah, I mean, yeah, a hugely problematic day for Vettel, destroying the car. And I suppose what it did do was bring out that safety car that allowed Nico Hulkenberg to get those points. Vettel started at the back anyway, probably wouldn't have made those positions up, especially after our first corner collision with Daniel Ricciardo. So, you know, I guess in retrospect, that's what got us the maximum result that we could, which was 9th place with Nico Hulkenberg. But what an awesome race. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.